Let's now have a look to the MIDI patch in Daylight. So the first thing to do is to connect the MIDI controller to Daylight. This happens in the display setup IO in the MIDI selection. First, you need to switch on the MIDI server in Daylight. Then you click on this button to refresh all MIDI controllers that are plugged in your computer. Here I have a BCF from Behringer. I set it to available, and if I move a fader in the SPI here, I see that the controller is well connected. So this is the first thing to do in MIDI. Then for the patch, you go to display MIDI window. So in this window, if I move my fader in the SPI, I see what the controller is sending. Here it is on canal 15, the controller 1 and the value. I have to click on this button, this recycle button, in order to fill the MIDI part of the patch. And when the MIDI part is filled, you will be able to choose the Daylight part, the Daylight function. So I click here. Okay. This is channel 15, MIDI channel 15. CC means controller. You see, you can have Note, CC, PC, and C6. PC and C6 are not used anymore by my controller. So I let it CC, and I choose to which part of Daylight the CC will be patched. Let's choose the Submaster 1, for example. Then I click on the Connect button. You see Submaster 1 is now controlled by this CC. And if I move it on my controller, you see that Submaster 1 is moving. Okay. One thing interesting is that if I change the Submaster page and I move my fader, you see the Submaster 11 is not controlled. It's normal because here I have patched the CC1 to the Submaster 1. I have an option in Daylight which is to use a substick. Substick means this is a substick. This is a substick. So you will see that if I patch CC1 on substick 1, see here, and if I move my fader, I can control every first submaster of the active page. Here I move the same fader on my controller, and you see that if I let the Submaster 1 at 50, I change the page. I need to push up my fader till full to control it again. This is an anchor mechanism. Now my fader is at 0. If I switch back to page 1, I need to push it up till 50 in order to control it back. So this is very convenient to use a substick when you want to control Submaster. On my controller there is also button. So now I'll push on button. It is a note. With Note, you can have access to other functions like flash and flash stick. Flash stick is the same thing as a substick, but this is for flash button, this one. You can have also access to go back, pause function. Please note that if you use a nano control, the play pause button are set sorry for my English, are set to CC by default. You have to use a Nano Control Editor, a software distributed by Korg, in order to change them, to be able, therefore, to access to the go back pause function. Here, if I patch the Note 20 to the go function, I click on connect. Each time I click my button, I trigger the go function. Something is also interesting with Note is the access to the ring buffer function. So ring buffer, what is it? It is a selection the record of selection. For example, this is the ring buffer function. Let me select 5 to 10 and I click here to record one selection. You see, ring buffer updated. Now I can choose another selection. I click on record, ring buffer updated. And for the example, I select this one, control this one, this one, this one. I record it. So now in my ring buffer, I have 3 selections that I can access with those buttons in a counterclockwise way and a clockwise way. So in MIDI, I can patch some button to the ring buffer. So for example, this one, I will say ring buffer previous. I connect, and I click on another button. I use a recycle, and I choose to ring buffer next. I do connect. So now buttons on my controller can trigger the ring buffer function. This is very convenient in a way or in another way. For CC, I take back for CC, I recycle. There is also an interesting function that is called floating scale. So I do use, I patch CC11 to floating scale. I do connect. And floating scale is the level control of the selection. So I move the floating scale. I use the ring buffer to use another selection. I move the floating scale, and let me try this one. Up, up. Okay. So it's a very convenient way to adjust levels of selections. The floating scale function, this one, is in fact related to the plus percent, minus percent, and this is the percent level. So if I set it to 1, I can access to a more fine level for selection. Okay. Another thing is the MIDI switch. So MIDI switch is a patch of patch. I did this patch on MIDI switch 1. If I change the MIDI switch, the fader and the button does not trigger anything, as on the MIDI switch 2 the patch is empty. If I go back to MIDI switch 1, we find back the patch and I can use the function again. Okay, this is to export MIDI patch, and this is to import a patch. Okay, see you.